Hey guys, recently I've challenged myself to learn English every single day and to speak on camera, record myself every day to improve speaking. I'm really happy to announce now that today is the day number 50. It's halfway of the big speaking challenge, 100 days until get fluency. And I also was trying to involve you in this challenge, to speak more on camera with your friends, with foreigners, and I don't know, just not to be afraid of speaking and practice in English, because this is really important. And today I will continue doing, this by the way, the office, I was watching this. I'll continue doing TOEFL speaking tests, because this is a great way. In TOEFL we got 4 questions. First, in talking about your thoughts, about your life, random topic, and then you will read the text, listen to lectures. At the same time, you will improve listening and speaking. You need to retell the story, stuff like this, and share your opinion. First question: do you prefer indoor activities or outdoor ones during your free time? Honestly, during my free time, I prefer to unite these 2 types of activities, because at the same time, I love being at home. I love sitting in my room and learning English, watching YouTube, watching movies, and the rest. It helps me to relax. At the same time, learn English. But I can't refuse, going for a walk with my friends. I love spending time outside in the nature. Always, every day, I love doing sport outside, only outside, in pull-up bars, running around the city. This is great. Literally, I can dedicate 1 hour a day and feel better, completely better during the rest of the day. So yeah, unite 2 types of activities. I don't know, for me, sitting at home the whole day, even in my free time, this is difficult. In the second task, I need to explain what does the male student think about the building that was given to the student clubs. In general, there was the real situation in the university when committee of university decided to dedicate this specific space in the university only for student clubs. Previously, all these clubs were placed in different areas, but now they decided to unite this in one single area, big area. The male student shared his opinion. He thinks that this is actually a good idea, because he's participated in a gaming club. Like, there are 3 or 4 more student clubs, like a business, a chess club, or something else, I don't remember, and they were placed in different areas. Now this is single space. It can really help students either who maybe wants to be involved in this process, be involved in these clubs, but don't have enough information to find where is the club placed, or what can I do there, where can I find this. Now, where everything in the single area, it's going to be easier for other students who want to participate, who want to join these guys, just to find them and become part of one of these clubs. I don't know, if you want engineering, chess, business, gaming, anyway, anything. What are the benefits of genomics that the professor talks about? Professor talks about that genomics can help us to predict the future and to know more information about the past in any species, what exists in our planet Earth in any time. So, for example, studying genomics, we researching really what was going on inside our body, inside our species. So how this evolution process impacts in several species, specifically in humans. We can figure out how the patterns of changing genomics was gone by centuries, by decades, in different environments, different types of climates, through the years, through the history of our planets. Oh my god, question number 4. It's super difficult lecture. I didn't understand actually a lot of information. This just difficult topic. According to the professor, in which brain processes in the hippocampus involved? I've never heard about hippocampus. What does it mean in Russian? Maybe in Russian I know this. As far as I understood, hippocampus is located somewhere in the middle of our brain, and it will help us to process all the data what we get from environments, vision, and the ear, smells, I don't know, everything. It will help us to process it and put into our more deep subconscious minds, maybe, to analyze it more deeply then. It's also responsible for transforming short-term memory information to the long-term memory. No, this is like a bridge between short-term and long-term memory. For example, when a person winds up in some completely new environment for him, when he's never been before, Hippocampus is activated now, and he's starting getting this information properly. He's more attentive now to consume all this information, everything what we can get and process then inside the brain. Yeah, what are they talking about? Damn. What is this hippocampus? Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna learn biology. I've never learned biology. I don't understand what they mean. Okay, anyway, biology is cool. It's cool at some points, yeah? It's interesting how does our brain works, how body works. It's important to know, I guess, and this good information. But from time to time difficult, especially when it's not in your native language, yeah? Then number 50, the halfway of all my big journey, 100 days when I set up this challenge, and I still here. I'm still doing this slowly but surely, day by day, step by step. I will complete this 100 days and we will see the result. I guess we will see the result in the future and make some conclusions. Alright guys, see you tomorrow. Thank you everyone who support this challenge. Thank you who been with me, who watching, who start talking on camera, who trying to improve your English. This is a great way guys. Thank you. Bye bye.